Hello, how are you? My name's Shawana Reisner, and I just wanted to share a little bit about my coaching journey with you guys. I've been a coach with Beachbody for about 3.5 years, and I have to tell you that my life has changed tremendously since I've become a coach. My journey really started a few years before I became a coach, and I just want to just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about where I come from and why I decided to become a coach and why it is such a joy and the best way that I've been able to really express myself as a person. And not only that, it's given me the opportunity to serve others, help others, and just fulfill me in many ways. So just real quick, let's just start with the fact that I'm from Texas. And they always say everything's bigger in Texas, right? Well, so are the people. And as much as I grew up in a household where my family tried to have us eat healthy, there were times where, I was an emotional eater. And the reason why I became an emotional eater is because so many things growing up was chaotic. And I don't really want to get into it specifically because there are people that I love who might watch this and it's not their fault at all. But I mean, when things are chaotic and you don't know how to deal with your emotions and traumatic things happen, there's different reasons why how people handle them. And for me, the way that I handled anything sad, hard, or traumatic was emotional and binge eating. It's something that started when I was 9 years old, and it's just been something that's been a challenge for me ever since I was young. And it carried over into adulthood. In school, when I started gaining weight, I remember children calling me crazy names. This is so embarrassing to say, but crazy names like Free Willy and Shamu. And I mean, you can laugh at it now, but it really hurt as I was growing up. And I never really felt beautiful as much as my family and everybody would say, "You're beautiful, you're great, you're wonderful, you're a sweetheart. And what's on the inside is what counts." Yeah, what's on the inside counts. But I mean, when your peers are telling you that you're not worthy because you're a certain size, or that's how I took it. You're a certain size, it really, really hurts and it's hard. So that just really carried over into my life. And so I always tried to overcompensate by making good grades and excelling in everything that I did. And when I wasn't perfect, I would completely and utterly break down. And when I got to high school, I started dancing. I had been dancing my whole life, which that's a whole nother story too, because when you're chubby in the dance world, it's kind of like it's hard because they're so body conscious, and it's not healthy in the way that they're body conscious. A lot of girls had eating disorders, and it's hard to watch. It's really crazy. So when I got to high school, I started dancing, and I was the leader of my dance team, and I worked really hard to build my confidence and all of that great stuff. And I really feel like all the stuff that, hurt me in the past, I mean, yeah, I still had those, emotional eating issues and things like that, but it didn't stop me from continuing being the best that I can be. And like I mentioned, I feel like some of that was to overcompensate for feeling like those outside things are what made me worthy. And yeah, and I lost a lot of weight, but I still felt like, but I didn't lose it in the healthiest way. I started eating healthier, but at lunchtime at school, I would have like a cookie, half a salad, and like a Diet Coke. And that was not healthy at all. But I didn't really eat fast food or anything like that. So I thought, hey, the weight's coming off. So this is what's working for me. And that's what I did. I didn't eat meat, things like that. So not saying that meat's healthy. I'm just saying, I did not like, I made healthier choices, but I still wasn't healthy. I looked healthy. People were like, you're losing weight. You look great. I still felt fat. Fast forward to like college days, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. There were some other things that happened that I'm really not ready to get into that really caused me to kind of just spiral and just start eating fast food, partying, drinking, giving my time to people that were not, I don't want to say worthy of my time because I think everybody's worthy, but just people who I shouldn't have been hanging out with at the time. And it carried over into my 20s, and I was like the party girl who didn't know where she was going in life. I made a good amount of money, but with the work that I did, but I didn't really, how do I put it? I still wasn't all the way where I needed to be mentally when it came to things. I was extremely depressed. And my weight spiraled out of control. I went from 100 and something pounds to being 300 pounds. And that for me was, I was just like, wow. I looked in the mirror one day and I didn't recognize who I was. I remember seeing the tag on a pair of jeans that was a size 24, and I was in a shopping place and there were these two ladies and they were like, is that even a size? And it really hurt. You know what I mean? And here I was again, like back to the fat girl who not only was overweight, but I feel like I looked older. I feel like I had aged, and I was only in my 20s, and I just decided that I needed to make a change, and I needed to make a change for me. I needed to let go of the drinking. I needed to let go of the fast food. I needed to let go of everything. And I started working on myself internally. And the first book that I ever read was The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. I was just so miserable with myself. I kind of stopped hanging out with the people I was hanging out with, started making healthier habits, started reading personal development, and my weight fell off, and I didn't even know my weight fell off. And then for a couple of years, my weight just continued to fluctuate up, down, and I could never get past the 215, 220 mark. And, but I was such a better person on the inside. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm almost 30 years old. I really want to be in the best shape of my life by the time I'm 30. And when that happened, I lost an additional, I don't know how many pounds. I think it was like an additional 80 pounds maybe. And I lost a total of, God, I don't know, because my weight had fluctuated, but altogether I've lost over 100 pounds. And that just really just helped my confidence. I had already met my husband. He loved me when I was fat or when I was overweight, I should say. He loved me when I was overweight. He's loved me at every size I've been. And we got engaged when I was over 200 pounds. And he just loved me for me. But I didn't go and try to be the healthiest by the age 30 because of him. I did it for me. I did it because I wanted to know what I was capable of as a woman. I wanted to know what I could do with my body. I wanted to see where I could go. And I put everything into training, eating right, exercising, getting my mind right, personal development. It was a challenge. There were things coming at me from left field, and I just kept going. And I never gave up. And once that happened, I decided that I really love this. I really love this. And once my husband and I got married, I was on cloud 9, happy, everything was great. And then so many other things started coming at us. We had 4 friends pass away out of nowhere. We had my grandmother passed away from a fire. We moved to, we built a house, which was great. We had a move. We both ended up with new jobs. And so you have to imagine all of those things at once was really stressful. And then I started eating again and started feeling depressed and having those unhealthy habits come back. And I told myself, no, 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 I'm not going to go down this road. I'm not going to have this happen. So what I did is I was on Facebook. I started a Facebook page where I was able to help others. I got distracted. That was mommy life. Anyway, so I started a Facebook page, which really helped me help other people. And it was something that I absolutely enjoyed. I opened like one of those just regular Facebook page, not a regular Facebook page, but a Facebook group page. And I asked people if they wanted to join it. And everything that I posted in the group, I said, this is a group for anybody who wants to remain positive, who needs to be uplifted, who wants healthy recipes, who wants to work out. And so I started that page just to uplift other people, but to keep myself accountable, because I started going down the rabbit hole of getting back to the depression and the eating and all of that. Okay, it's something that I still struggle with to this day, but I had tools then to keep myself from going all the way off the deep end, which is, I don't mean the deep end, but I mean to keep myself from spiraling back to where I was. And I figured the best way for me to do that is not only to be accountable, but to help other people be accountable and to spread joy and give service and give things of value to other people. And I did that through Facebook. Without even thinking about Beachbody, without even thinking about it. But it brought me so much joy. I said to myself, man, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I was working a night shift, 12 hours, a 12-hour night shift. I commuted 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. So as you can imagine, my husband and I were just like ships in the night. Hi, bye, see you later. And I didn't like it. And I knew that we wanted to start a family as well. So, going back to the Facebook page is where I met my coach, Lauren. I was doing Insanity. I got Insanity like bootleg. My husband downloaded it. I didn't know much about Beachbody. I just knew that I wanted to try Insanity. And I was inviting people along to do Insanity with me. I'm like, hey, we're starting Insanity on this date. Join us. Here's how you get the program. My husband will download it for you. Or if you already have it, let's do it. And I'm going to give a prize to whoever finishes it with me. I wasn't a coach. And I was just wanting accountability partners. And I was already showing people what I was eating, what I was doing, how I was living. And Lauren, my coach, was like, hey, I have a group coming up with the new Shanti program that's coming out. Would you like to join us? I'm like, hell yeah. Then she's like, do you want to be a coach? And I'm like, hell yeah. I had been thinking about being a coach anyway, which I didn't know what a coach was, but all I knew is that whatever I was doing on Facebook, it's what I wanted to be doing forever because it was fun and it was keeping me accountable. And I was like, how do I do this and get paid for it? You know what I mean? Like, I love helping people, but it would be awesome to get a little compensation for it just because it's fun. And so when coaching came around for me, like, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And I've been doing it till this day. And it's paid off. It is work. And it's work that I love to do. And it's work where I am an entrepreneur and I do have to put effort into it. But the beauty of it is that I'm helping people, I'm serving people, and I'm staying accountable to my journey all the way through till now. My weight fluctuated after my baby, but it's okay because I still have that accountability and the support of the team to help me get back to where I want to be. For me, it's a win-win. And now I don't have to go work night shifts. I don't have to go and leave my baby because I always dreamed of being a work-at-home mom with my child. And I'm doing it. I'm living my dream right now. I see my husband. We're not seeing each other like hi, bye, and never seeing each other. We see each other every night, and it's just something that I imagined, but didn't know that me, the 300-pound Shamu, 3 Willy girl, who was very depressed, could actually do. And I just want to say that if I can do it, you can do it. And it's not too good to be true. It does take work, it does take dedication, but I did it working a night shift while going to school and never seeing my husband and sometimes working 60, 70 hours a week. But I strive to be where I am today, and I couldn't have done it without the support of the team and awesome mentors. And yeah, so that's part of my story, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.